Hey everybody, we're back again. So let's do what we didn't do last time, and that is we're going to do a series where we do unique types here and unique types here, and then we will kind of extrapolate a little bit further than what we did in the previous video so that you can start doing things deeper and start building on those tools deeper. All right, so again, this is Moore's Combinatorics Matrix, and if you would like, please subscribe, click the notification bell, follow the links below. You can find the book, the supplies that you would like if you need them, and then my Ko-Fi, where you can please support me, and also there's the Discord link. Hopefully it still works. Message me angrily if it doesn't, where you and everyone else can come and start building on this. Hopefully this is something that can go alongside many other things like people's bullet journals and things of that nature, and Zettelcast and in that realm of things. But this is more invention focused. So this is to kind of give you some directions on paper when you sort of have none. So anyways. All right, so I'll skew this and then I'll recorrect it. So let's do, last time we did art. I forget what the other one was. We'll just make up a new one. Wood. Oh yeah, it was stone. So wood, and we'll say machine. Okay, and then we will do something different on this side. So let's do metal, and then we will do soap, and then we will do, I guess we do computer. Seems significant. So let's do the combination here. So art, metal. And we do wood, metal, do machine, metal, and then here we're going to do art, soap, wood, soap, machine, soap, then we are going to do art, computer, and then we'll do wood, computer, okay, and then we will do machine, computer. So what you can do here, correct the angle here, okay? So what you can do here is we can do, let's try the first one. So we will do, so art metal itself is actually something you can purchase, ironically. I believe they sell it at Michael's. In the hobby section, there should be some art metal rolls that you use a sort of stylus. And that ball stylus, you'll drag around like a ballpoint pen to sort of etch lines, emboss lines in the metal. And there's also embossing tools that they have there as well, that you can roll patterns and designs into the metal because it's soft enough to do that with, and then you can use those as decorative panels. So that's something to think about. I suppose also you could consider things like low melt, right? So low melt metals, wood's metal. There's some other things that are out there that are similar, that are non-toxic, non-cadmium, non-lead, those sorts of things. And then for, let's see, we can do wood metal. So wood metal, some of these are just going to be bunk, and you may not have anything. It's not that you can't get anything out of it. It may just be that you don't have enough awareness of things that would make that useful, the combination. It may actually just be useless. It's hard to say, really. So that's why it's always important that you try it, and not just me or the book. The book is just inspiration. I'm just trying to give you more additional layers. And so, generally speaking, what you can do is do wordplay. And a lot of these, if you can't get something one way, so let's say I do wood metal, okay, and I say maybe I don't know, things that make me think of like ironwood, right? That's not particularly great. Maybe somebody out there is screaming what it is. If you are, put it in the comments. But you can actually flip this and get a whole nother set of these words, right? So I can go metal wood, and that makes me think of etched wrought iron. If I can spell wrought, I don't know if I can, but we'll try. Wrought iron. Okay, somebody was screaming if that's wrong. I don't have spell check on this notebook, but maybe you do. So, etched wrought iron. And then that gives a grain texture that's sort of like wood, And so if I make like a box, right, let's say this is the edge of a box or something, I can give this really nice sort of wood-like effect that comes down the edges. So you can try that. And that might give you a way out. Maybe both ways you find that it's not so great. And, that's just part of the process. So this is why this is more brute forcing. And this is why, effectively, it could be essentially easier. I haven't developed empirically. I do have the architecture kind of established roughly on how to sort, categorize, organize, sift through all of these things based on specific criteria. After these have been abstracted in a very large database, and that's something that I'm working on because that's more interesting for me, outside of just doing this by itself, because then it actually could produce something that I want to make. So, let's see, make sure we're doing okay on time here. So, yeah, so that's kind of where you can take some of these things. Let's just find an easy one that, art soap, maybe. Let's try art soap. Okay, so art soap would be artist's soap, I'm assuming. spelling. And that would be something that dissolves paints plus, you know, maybe it's easy on the hands. Slash brushes, right? Something of that nature. You know, soap art, right? People do soap art. They carve flowers out of soap. Okay. And so people do that, and they make other things out of that. So that's something that you can think of for that. And maybe we'll do, I don't really have room for one, but we can maybe try to squeeze it in here. Let's do wood computer. So actually, there's quite a few videos on this of, you know, wooden mechanical computers. Right? So that's something that's been taking into swing lately, is a lot of this, because this is, you know, wood's an obtainable material for the average person. It's a lot easier for people to learn to work with wood than metal, typically in the beginning. So that's something that's there. And then more esoteric maybe would be using neural clusters at trunks of trees as wet computers. So this is also in kind with, you could say an abstraction of wood would be fungi, right? Fungi, not really sure. And these are interrelated, right? So now we're starting this sort of chain of things here, but they have fungus-based computers as well that they're also looking at. So there's lots of different things that you could do with that. Lots of art, lots of material, lots of content, right? And so that's kind of the general idea for most of this. I will just be continuing a series of doing a few of these. And so you do yours, you post your videos on it. Don't forget to join the Discord channel. Please support, like, and subscribe. Buy the book. Definitely buy the book. Join the Discord. Support me on Ko-Fi. Like and subscribe. All right. Hope that was cool and insightful. And go out and do your own. Leave your comments down below. I'll see you guys later.